We live? Be ready. Just have. Okay, cool. Why don't you hit that shit?
Welcome to the dtalks podcast. Yeah. Yes. Welcome to the dtalks pod where we don't know what the hell is going on. Yeah. Welcome to the dtalks podcast.
Yeah, we're here. We're doing the thing. Thank you for McKenna for the intro music. What's up, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode of the Dtalks Podcast, episode 131. And if you're new here, please consider leaving a like and subscribing. It really helps the channel out, helps us get to more people. So if you enjoy the content, you enjoy music, podcasts, or comedy, do consider subscribing because we've got a whole lot of that going on around here. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week, got to talk to you guys a little bit about car insurance. These days, it seems as if we're able to do more and more from home. So while you're at home, why aren't you saving money on your car insurance? Your hometown agency, Kenosha Auto Insurance, has specialized for literal years in simple, hassle-free car insurance using the latest in touch-free technology to help you and your family get the best rates. So what are you waiting for? Give them a call today, 262-448-4141. That's 448-4141. The website's KenoshaINS.com. It's linked down in the description. One last time, that's 262-448-4141. Give them a call, tell them Rita, dtalks sent you. The worst that could happen is you will get the best rates. Now, with all that out of the way, I am pumped to introduce you guys to my guest this week. He's a rapper, singer-songwriter, and an artist who is half of the duo of Bashful Aura. He's got a new project that's available everywhere titled Music Made at Midnight. Let's give a wet detox welcome to Parker Stanton, or Ins1ght, if you will.
Dude, not too bad, man.
You're surviving, right? You had some crazy shit going on today. We almost couldn't get you in studio, which it's like people don't know this. Behind the scenes, we've tried to make this happen a couple of times.
Yeah, about 2 years.
And
huh?
yeah, and winter
Get this going.
and winter is trying to fuck us today. You had a little issue at the house today.
Yeah, my pipes froze.
God damn.
Yeah.
For people that are listening, maybe in some other state, we live in Wisconsin. It's maybe, was it like 3
I
degrees
think it was like
last
9
night?
degrees when I woke up,
Yeah.
and that was just like, I think it probably felt like 1 or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I think with wind chill and everything, yeah. So that happens. Pipes freeze and burst and shit like that. But it's never fun. Never
No.
fun.
No, dude, I had to go to Walmart and buy a kerosene heater.
Yeah.
That was like $180.
Dude, it's not fun, man. I applaud you for sticking through that and
Should've
getting that
heard me
figured out.
there, dude. Just like fucking,
Fucking bullshit. And your hands are fucking cold and everything. Yeah, it's just not good. It's not fun. So if you guys are considering moving to Wisconsin, just don't do it.
Just run away.
Don't do it.
Turn the other direction. and
Now
run far.
we couldn't. I'm glad, like I said, that we could finally get you in. We couldn't get Colin in this time, but
Yeah,
he's
dude,
gonna
he's sick now.
make an appearance. What was it? Last time you were sick, and,
I got COVID last time, dude.
and
That
that's why we
shit
couldn't do
sucked.
it. And now he's sick now, so it is what it is. But we'll get him in here. The whole pipes freezing thing, I think that's an interesting story to start off with, as you're an independent artist, and that's the struggle right there. You gotta record music at night. During the day, you gotta fix the frozen pipes
if
yourself.
My kids sleeping too. It's tough too, cause like I'll get a little loud in there sometimes. Get
Yeah.
a little too rowdy.
You're trying to whisper in the
And then you
microphone.
hear that.
Fucks the whole
You're
thing
just
up.
like, shit, turn it down.
That I swear it'd be like that. I'm sure it'd be like
Oh,
that.
man.
So I introduced you as a rapper, singer, songwriter, artist, all those good things. Now I introduced you as both Parker / Ins1ght, because obviously you're Parker, but
That
you've
is my
had a
name.
couple of aliases over the years when it comes to rap names, right? You had
Oh, yeah, there's a funny one in there somewhere. That's
what are some of your aliases you've had for rap names?
There
Now
was,
it's Ins1ght.
yeah. There was P Raw, dude.
P Raw. That's
That was a
legendary right
talk
there.
of the town for a couple weeks there in high school. That one was fun.
How do you come up with that? We talked a little bit about it before we went live.
Tyga.
Tyga?
Me
got
and my
the T-Raw.
me and my cousin and a couple of my buddies used to just freestyle all the time. I was just fucking around, dude.
Well, I was curious. How do you think people should go about picking a rap alias? Because I think a lot of people want to get into rap these days. A lot of people want to make music. It's more accessible than ever. SoundCloud, not really used as much, but it's still there. People can upload without having to pay anything. How do you think people should pick what should be the like the factors that determine what they pick for a name?
It's interesting. Well, like my new one obviously is Ins1ght. I just got it from like a meaningful conversation I was having with my father when I was younger. He told me that I had like a natural, profound insight. Like I've always like had this like emotional characteristic of my personality behind me. That's like if somebody's going through something that's near and dear to me, like I can almost like look at them and empathize and sympathize with their situation, all
sort of
at the
feel what
same
they're
time.
feeling.
So
almost.
like it was just like it was a meaningful conversation, and it kind of like woke me up to that side of me, and it was interesting to hear that from somebody else. So I think if you were looking to try to do this type of shit, if you want to come up with a name that's meaningful, I'd take it from somebody else gave.
Yeah, find something. Maybe talk
like,
to somebody else and what they see in you.
Yeah, the outside looking in type of perspective. I feel like it's probably the way to go.
That's an interesting way. What do you think about rap, like Wu-Tang rap name generators? Because Childish Gambino famously got his rap name from that.
Really?
Yeah, Donald Glover. He typed
did not know
into a Wu-Tang rap name generator. I think if you do it to this day, if you go on the website and type in Donald Glover, you get Childish Gambino.
Shit, maybe it's time for round 3.
Hey, just switch up the name. We got some people in the comments here. We've got Trap Results says Team Parker. Claire Griffin says Ins1ght looks like Darren with a bad disguise on. Maggie says I see that too, and Jasmine's in there says exactly what I was thinking. So yeah, we were talking about it before we went live. That it almost looks like I'm interviewing myself.
Yeah,
here,
they're gonna think we're like doing one of those like Joe Rogan
interviews
podcasts
himself.
where they got him talking to himself and shit.
It's a good thing you put the glasses on too. I think it helped distinguish us a little bit more. Because it is, when you got out of the truck, when you got here, I was like, oh,
You're
shit.
Like, fuck, here we go. I
forgot how long his hair was, too. I was like, fuck. But I think that's funny, man, with how people should pick their rap name. It's interesting because people have asked me why I didn't, like, pick, like, an alias, I think. And for me personally, I just didn't pick one because I didn't want to, like, play any type of character, I guess what I was saying. And not that people that do, like obviously like yourself, it's not that you are playing one, but it's as an artist,
just a title, really.
Exactly.
I mean, you're getting me.
Exactly,
and
but
if you listen to the project, you'll know.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna get into the project too. I really enjoy Music Made at Midnight. I think a lot of other people did as well. But yeah, as far as those people, if people want to pick a rap name, I think have fun with it. If you're gonna do an alias, you don't have to stress super badly about it.
Don't think about it.
But just maybe ask somebody what they see in you to take Ins1ght's advice here, because I think that I think that's an interesting way to go about it. Because we're so close to obviously ourselves and our music, where maybe if you had an outside perspective look at it and be like, I think it's this. It might something might click, and you might see something a way you didn't before, and then you come up with a name like Ins1ght, and I think it's cool. What's the one for in Ins1ght? Just to be cool.
Just being a kid, dude.
That's fair. That's fair. I respect it. Okay, so I want to ask you too. Speaking of while we're on the topic of names, you got the new project out. It's not under Ins1ght. It's under the name Bashful Aura.
Bashful Aura,
yes, which is the duo that comprised of both you and Colin Nimscream, right?
Yeah.
And so what is Bashful Aura, and how did that come about?
We used to live right down the street from you, like this place.
Okay.
And he was my neighbor, and we had met probably about 5 years before that, briefly a couple of times. Mm-hmm. And one day I walked down to my end of my dad's driveway to get at my bus stop for going to high school.
Yeah.
And I saw him standing there. I was like, holy shit. It's like, what's up, dude? And ever since then, we kind of clicked again, and he lived right next to me, so we would go to his house all the time and have like campfires and drink like a shitty little bottle of Ciroc or something.
Oh, there you go.
And just put beats on, dude, and just spit freestyles and shit. And yeah, what was the question?
How do we get from there to Bashful Aura? I get it,
yeah. Well, that's my bad, dog.
No,
but
worries.
Yeah, basically, like it kind of formed there, and then eventually it went from freestyles by a campfire to garage band and trying to like actually
Make a
record
record.
music and
Yeah.
trips to music go around to buy used mics and equipment and then like a shed in a trailer park that I lived in for a while. And basically we just tried to give each other confidence to try to make something out of ourselves eventually with music. And we have finally gotten to a point in both of our lives where it's a little hard with like both jobs.
Yeah.
You know, like we both have a job, full-time day job, 9 to 5, and like it took a while, but we finally got to where we are now, and we both kind of related to the title Bashful Aura because like bashful is like a little bit more like shy type of, like the synonyms for that would be like shy.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then aura is like obviously like your energy you put out.
Yeah.
And neither of us are real super outgoing people, so like this is a lot for me right now.
Yeah, that's right. With the big lights and everything. Yeah, it
dude,
can be like that.
There's
He
a fucking sun in your basement.
Yeah, he got in here and he was like, "Man, I feel like I'm outside. I got to put the shades on right
Put the
now."
fucking shades on. I'm all
No,
nervous.
I like that though. I think it's cool. I think it's really awesome. First off, that you've found somebody and that both of you guys have each other to have somebody to collaborate with and go through that process together. Because what you're describing for people that maybe you do other things, you're not really into music. That's the grind for a musician right there, is having to make those trips to music go round and buy used equipment and figure out how can we record in this closet or this shed or whatever it is, right? And that's what it is. A lot of people don't see that stuff and
buying a roll of insulation from fucking Home Depot.
Exactly, and trying to make that into sound paneling.
Stapler.
Yes, dude, that is the dream right there. But it's probably makes it a ton. Way more fun and manageable when you have a friend there to do it with you,
Bro, when it's not like real, like gotta grind, like those are the best times.
Oh, exactly.
We had the best times like that.
Well, I really want to say congrats on the new project for real. I definitely have enjoyed it. It came out in November, I believe, back in November.
November 23rd on my birthday.
That's happy belated birthday as well.
Thank you.
That's super awesome birthday present for yourself right there. But why the title Music Made at Midnight?
Bro,
Where did that come from?
That's when we made all these tracks, bro.
That's when you guys had the time with the
That's
two
when we had the
jobs. Was
time,
we
bro.
got to get in the studio at midnight.
Yeah, I was halfway down a bottle and sitting at the computer.
There you go.
At midnight, dude, in one of our bedrooms of all places.
Letting it flow out of you.
That we made our own like soundproofing panels, like out of 1-bys and burlap and all types of trips to the store with like the installation in there, dude. So everything would like sound okay. You know what I mean? It's still not professional, but it was an experience.
I think it sounds great. I think the project sounds great, man. I really do.
Hey, that's all due to Colin, man. He his production skills or like his engineering skills, mind you, are getting good, man. He's put the time in.
Yeah, it seems like he's really put a lot of effort into it, and you guys, especially as songwriters and rapping and whatnot, I think it's very solid all through and through. Now, I was curious. You just said Bashful Aura and talking about aura as an energy. You seem to me like, and maybe I'm off here. You can let me know. You seem like a very spiritual person, or at least in some way have some spiritual. You have like almost an aura about you that seems important to you, especially when I listen to the music from both you guys, and it's very inspirational, very almost mindset based.
We just trying to be real. Like we don't put on a front.
Yeah.
It's none of it's fabricated. It really is all just shit that we go through in our daily lives, like trials and tribulations and shit. Like it's understandable. Like I think really to anybody that listens to it, I think anybody can relate to some things that we're saying in our music. We don't promote violence. I went through a lot of spiritual experimental shit as a kid with like LSD and mushrooms and shit like that.
I thought you had an old song, I think,
LSD
on SoundCloud.
25.
Yes, yeah. I
everybody
think
loved that one.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah,
That was a fucking banger, dude.
yeah, yeah. So to go from that to this, though, seems to be probably some development personally and potentially growth.
Man.
Yeah,
we all grow.
Yeah,
we all grow and learn. And I've done dumb shit as a child. Who hasn't? You know what I mean? But we all all grow from life experiences. And
Is there a conscious decision made between where you guys are saying this out loud, or is it sort of like we're gonna make when we go to make a song together, because you're doing this, obviously you've made songs by yourself, and Colin has as well. When you guys decide to come together and start working as a team and doing Bashful Aura stuff, how does that work when you guys are like going about creating a song or deciding what you're going to talk about? Because you guys do talk about a lot of inspirational things. Is it, Colin comes to you with this or you come to him with something else, or is it, hey, we should focus on writing songs about this? How does that work?
Really, I mean, there's probably 150 songs we made in the last 2 years. I would say more or less we just kind of go off of what we feel in the moment and like what the energy is in the room, and we write accordingly to that. At least, I mean, I can't speak for Colin.
Yeah.
But he, a lot of times, most of these songs on this project, actually, I have to give 100%, like, hands down credit to Colin for putting in the time that he did.
Yeah.
Every single day, and just putting that effort forth to just create and create and create. And he would come to me with ideas, and I would put a verse on it. I think there's like 2 songs on the project that we actually use. I mean, there's more than that out there, but those are kind of
they're there. Well, they're work in project, but work in progress.
Yeah, no, I think mainly it's just like in the moment, depending on like how we're both feeling, what the vibe is.
Yeah,
that's kind of how we decide what to write, and this is kind of like a compiled little project of just those ones that were like, music made at midnight, like late night in our thoughts, kind of
almost introspective in a way, talking, like you said, talking about trials and tribulations that you guys do go through. Because that's what I hear when I listen to the project. I definitely hear, I hear 2 guys that are definitely being faced with challenges regularly, but also not afraid necessarily of those challenges. And you guys understand that is what life is, and trying to be, as inspirational as one can be, and sort of almost glass half full, I guess, is what it seems like to me in a lot of the songs. Yeah. I think you guys do a really good job at...
We try to inspire.
Yeah, I think you guys do that.
Every time, everybody's faced with challenges, bro, and it's easy to break down. And that's okay.
Yeah.
there's nothing wrong with, like, falling apart on some shit.
Of course, We're human. That happens.
It does, man, and it's important to keep it in the back of your head that there's always a light at the end of that fucking tunnel, bro, because I've seen it a trillion times, like with having a kid and the bills and the vehicles breaking down and all this shit, man.
Pipes
like
bursting right before you got to go on a podcast. Come on, man. Yeah.
Oh,
that's
man, dude.
Saying, man.
It's that close.
This close, exactly. No, I get it, man. I get it 100%. We got some more people here in the comments real quick. We got, who is this? We've got, I think,
somebody's like,
wow,
take
you
the
guys,
glasses off, bitch.
Link in the comments, please. Wow, you guys got it. Yeah, we'll get the we'll link Parker's stuff here in the comments when the episode's over. We've got, who's this? Archaic? Go Parker, sending good vibes. Oh, Jeremy from Alaska. Jeremy and Alaska are saying, go Parker, sending good vibes.
Thank you, guys.
Appreciate you guys. Now, how do you hope people interpret or take in, I guess, when they're listening to music made at midnight? How do you hope people feel when they listen to
man.
it?
Honestly, like there's so much shit in there. Every single bar is every single line in that project. There's something to be taken from that, and that was very important to us when we were writing our music. We don't want to make gibberish for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We don't want to. Why? I've always been musically inclined.
Mm-hmm.
And Colin has too, and I helped him through his journey of finding that, and it's been a really great experience. But I hope that people can take it and listen to it and internalize it in their own way.
Yeah.
Because I mean, there's a lot to get there, but they might be going through something where they catch a different line, and that really hits them hard and gives them some inspiration to keep their fucking head up and keep pushing forward, bro. Because that's what it's all about.
I think that's important. I think it's a really, really tremendous. I think it's just a really awesome message that you guys are trying to portray. To be honest with you, I really fuck with it. That's why, we talked before. I almost was on one of the songs. We actually, I did a verse for one of the songs, and then I sent it, and somehow we got lost in translation and stuff like that. But the song is still fire. Anybody, I see people asking where can I find the music in the comments.
Anywhere.
We will link it. It's available everywhere. I'll get a specific hyperlink from you guys. When we're done.
YouTube, anywhere.
Yeah, Bashful Aura.
Midnight,
Yeah, Bashful Aura, BASHFUL. Yeah. And then we've got space AURA. Bashful Aura, look them up. They've got Music Made in Midnight. A couple of my favorites.
What are you trying to say? They don't know how to spell?
A couple of my favorites are Presto and Decide. I think
Presto's
those are
tight. Decide and Focus is really good. I like those three. I think the most on the project, but they're all good. The intro song is just kind of like look at it as kind of like a general, like, this is what this is about.
This is how it kind of helps bring you into the world you're about to be listening to. I feel like it's a good overall. It almost sounds like if you were to make a song of all the other songs on the project.
Dude,
it almost
it's crazy that you notice that. That's, because we didn't plan it that way, It just happened to be like,
probably sonically just figured out that way. It just happened.
No, it's beautiful.
That's crazy, man. Well, we talked before we went live. It's almost been 2 years since we covered this, but you were actually a story on the show before. I don't think. I mean, obviously, I think I was
a story on the front page of the fucking news.
That's exactly. That's how I found out about it. Because the thing is, I'm not. I'm not really a journalist here. I'm more of a commentator. Podcast. I'm just shooting the shit with people.
Hanging out, dude.
And it came up with this story at the time, which was about 2 years ago or so. And I hadn't known you much until like maybe last year when we started talking. But prior to that, I'd only maybe talked to you a couple of times in my life, and it was mostly just in passing and stuff like that. But you were a story on the show because of some trouble you got into that ended up making front page of the news. And we talked prior, and so I'm not just putting him on the spot. I'm not DJ Vlad here trying to get you to admit to some crime or something like that. This is a closed case and stuff like that. So what
exonerated.
Do you want to break down what I'm talking about for people that don't know?
Fucking no, I'm not. You guys can fucking Google it. Their news report was fucking
not right,
wildly inaccurate.
Okay.
For one. I got a message from a couple of fucking goons. Yo, guys, you wouldn't fucking believe a fucking pot field we found. I'm like, let's go.
So some guys hit you up. They said we found this pot field.
At like, I want to say like 12 o'clock at night.
Mm-hmm.
Fiance was, I want to say 8.5 months pregnant at the time.
Jesus.
Yeah, it was a wild one, dude.
And you say, fucking let's go.
I'm like, scoop.
Okay. So what was the plan?
The plan was to walk over there and be like,
and dip out.
And walk the fuck out.
And so for people that maybe are still slightly confused about the details, this is what I'll kind of give what the general report
you got,
was.
Audio listeners too?
Yes, we got
All right,
general.
let me rephrase it. The plan was to walk in there with a fucking box cutter, cut the plants down, put them in a backpack, get in the getaway car.
Yeah, and this was on like a highway, like a country road kind of thing.
Yeah,
country road.
Yeah, not much of a highway.
But so not like a ton of traffic, but also not a road that doesn't see, like, people definitely drive this road. You know, it's not. But you guys went late at night.
At night. Yeah. Well, we probably. I don't remember exactly what time it is. I'm sure you can find it out online, but we
can you look
drove around for like definitely.
Because I'll read because I want to maybe talk to you about some of the inaccuracies about it because the only thing we talked about was, I remember being like,
there's so much in there that's like just mad, just like accusations and like inferences, like so much of it.
Really interesting.
At least on the news article that I read.
Crazy.
But
so you guys, what ended up happening for the general gist of what happened was you guys went to this field thinking that these were like some pot plants, and I
just thought it was just some fucking hillbilly's pot field.
Okay.
I didn't know that it was like a legal hemp thing. Like I said, I got a text message about it that night. They showed me a picture of a 20-gallon tote full of fucking reefer, dude.
Okay.
Like, well, let's
And was
go.
it actually, or was it ended up being, or was it CBD or some?
I think it was like hemp.
That's what.
I
Okay.
think they just basically like cut it down before its life cycle starts to like die and produce THC. Or something
Okay,
like
that's
that.
what.
So
Yeah.
they have to cut it down by a certain time, otherwise
It
they
will
have to
become
burn
that.
the whole field down. Which nobody knew that anybody was legally growing.
Yeah, especially in
marijuana plants
Wisconsin.
in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that. The fuck.
So you guys are like, man, we struck gold, and what ended up happening was you guys end up.
Well, dude, we didn't even think we struck gold, or at least I didn't, because they picked me up and they drove me to where they thought it was, which is fucking wild to me, because they sent me the pictures of the fucking shit, and they fucking drove around, and we walked around just trying to smell it for probably 2.5 hours.
Damn. So you guys just
Didn't
sitting there,
find shit.
just sniffing around like fuck. Like how does that
Finally,
work?
when all hope is given up, driving down a fucking street with the windows down, and we're like, you guys fucking smell that shit? Fucking, we jumped out the car, walked up the hill, and basically we're like, oh,
There it all
there's
is.
a fucking 10-acre fucking field of pot there, dude.
Holy shit.
We walked in. We didn't even get a chance to fucking touch a single thing, dude. And there's a 357 Magnum and a flashlight pointed right at my face.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know if you've ever been begging for your life at gunpoint.
I've
before.
only been
but
at gunpoint once. I was not begging for my life.
Was
but
it a cop or something?
No, it was a. It's a weird story. I've told it on this podcast before. It was a weird delivery. I was delivering pizzas to
Holy
somebody
shit.
at an apartment, and they.
We'll get into that after.
Yeah,
this.
yeah. But it was weird.
Fuck yeah.
Weird. I don't know who they thought it was, but yeah. But no, that sounds terrifying.
Oh my
So,
god, dude!
What was the reaction
I was
of
on
this?
my knees, like, please don't fucking shoot me. Like, here I am thinking this is some redneck that's like hiding from the law, growing a fuck ton of weed, and I'm literally on my knees, like, guy,
Don't do it.
don't
bro,
fucking
please.
bury me over there.
Yeah.
Like, please, for Christ's sake, like, my woman is 8.5 months pregnant. Don't fucking shoot me, please. And he's just
God.
like, I ain't gonna shoot you. I'm calling the owner right now. I'm like, fucking.
So he was security. He was security.
He was, yeah, he was a hired security guard, because they had like old ladies and shit driving by, like walking over there, picking off nugs, thinking it was weed and shit. Like,
That's crazy.
there's tons of people, dude. Fuck, man.
So did they like? First off, that's some grade A security, I guess. If he was able
God
to find
damn,
you
dude,
guys
he was
right
on
right
that.
when you guys
We
found
must have
it.
driven. He must have seen the same car.
That-
Drive
yeah.
past it 30 times, because we like I said, we were driving around.
Maybe it
walking
wasn't
around
such good security
like-
as opposed to maybe you guys just not knowing where to go. Maybe that's
I
what.
think he was just like, these dumbasses in the fucking Volvo. Don't
Okay,
It's
so
like, oh, I'll find you.
so what
motherfucker."
happens after you're at? He's got you at gunpoint. Then what happens next?
Well, basically, like the homeowner, everybody else, they were all pissed off, and they showed up in their like pickup trucks, and then a bunch of like they called the cops,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, what the fuck? They're calling the cops? Like, what?
Yeah, like
And
wait,
then he's
this
like, you
is-
guys don't know what you fucking did you?
Yeah,
He's like,
because
like,
you
this is a
guys.
hemp field. He's like, you fucking idiots.
Yeah, so you guys are trespass. So it's
I was like, God damn it.
damn, you guys thought you were stealing something that they can't call the cops on you for stealing because you
No.
thought that they were just fucking
Well,
around.
the kid
but-
that I was with dropped a fucking suitcase right on a plant and like crushed it. I think
Okay.
maybe,
Yeah.
but there was a bunch of damaged plants from tons of people that had gone in
coming
there,
in.
and they tried to blame all that shit on us because we were the only ones they caught.
yeah.
So I had to fight that shit in court. It was
God,
bogus.
I'm sure it was a lengthy process of sorts.
Oh yeah, dude, played some cards. Had some guy be like, "You gonna eat that cornbread?" Fucking hell.
That's crazy.
I'm
dude.
like, nah, dude. Here you go. I'll be out of here in a fucking.
That is nuts. McKenna, do you have the story pulled up or one of
What do
maybe
we
the
got?
covering? Okay, can you swing it around for us and pull up the pull the tier list tab up, and then it should be good.
Men arrested for stealing hemp after mistaking it for marijuana.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
You got your pictures in it.
Oh man, that's crazy. Okay, so we've got
Dude, look
they've
at
got you
that,
guys in.
dude.
Nice.
Oh, jeez, man.
Okay, so we've got Kenosha County Sheriff.
Dude, and yeah, the two kids that I was with, scroll down just a touch. The two kids I was with was the one to the right of me, and then
Okay.
the one bottom left, like directly below me.
Okay.
And no, up top.
Oh, that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know any of those other three people.
Crazy.
Apparently the two just started ratting everybody out, dude. Immediately, as soon as they got handcuffed and put in the car, They're just
Really?
like they just started spilling the beans, dude. Yeah,
That's crazy. Okay,
super bogus, dude.
so
Like,
we'll read a little bit of this, and you tell me what maybe is a little
See what's
doctored
up.
slightly. So we've got Kenosha County Sheriff. If you want to just flip it around, yeah, I can see it now a little bit better. Kenosha County Sheriff says 6 men were arrested for trying to steal hemp plants that they believed were marijuana on September 15th.
yes,
okay,
we did.
So they got together after hearing rumors of an illegal marijuana farm in the town of Randall.
Yeah.
This
That's
okay.
true.
This is true. Okay. They thought, this is a quote here. They thought they hit the mother lode. Sheriff David. That sounds like something a cop would say.
Oh, that mother load.
Okay. So he says, but they weren't stealing what they thought they were stealing.
We didn't steal anything. That's what
Okay.
blows my mind.
Because you did, yeah. Because
One
I
of the
mean, the
things,
second you guys got there,
they
there was
thought they were stealing. No, we didn't steal anything. Quite
okay.
yet.
Quite, yeah, that's fair. And so he says, but that mother lode that they thought turned into felonies for them, and they'll all be charged.
Interesting. I got exonerated.
Oh, crazy.
I didn't do none of that. No.
Okay, so scroll down just a little bit. We've got Matthew Luna 28. No, that's is that the guy who caught them? Okay, man cited for the marijuana claims. It was actually hemp. Hemp and marijuana are both forms of cannabis, so they can be hard to discern to the naked eye. The only difference, it says here in a quote, is that it has low THC as far as hemp goes. Bill Hyman, which is the lead hemp grower there.
All right now.
It's a skill. It's very small. I'm not gonna lie. It's hard to read.
So I got skills.
No, it's okay. Okay, so we've got here. He says that hemp has THC level below. Okay, yeah. I was told by the farmers
I don't know if
you
this
could
is the
smoke.
one I fucking read,
You could
by the
smoke
way.
this entire field and you wouldn't get high. You would as high as you would from
The
marijuana.
entire
that's
dude,
it.
there was 10 acres. I'm pretty sure.
You'd probably still get
I'd
high
a
at
little
some
bit
point.
high, dude.
What are they stealing? Oh, I was reading that. Oh, that's fine.
Is that a picture of the actual field on it?
It might be. Let's.
God,
No way. Oh, maybe. I don't know.
That's
So-
a sativa.
So that's good. You guys can check out this art. What website is this on
I
so we
don't
can
think
credit
this
them?
is this isn't the article I was talking about.
We don't have to look at the other one, but so what were you seeing that was incorrect then? Were incorrectly reported on?
There was like a bunch of shit saying that like we had conspired to like go there and base like I don't know if maybe they're going off of like the other two guys' fucking statements or something, but there was like a bunch of just like
Insinuations as to what
like
you guys.
they just insinuated a bunch of shit that we were like some like group of criminals that was like dude like we were a bunch of fucking kids
Some
that thought
GTA shit. You guys planning a big heist?
straight up dude like it literally like it was like just dude
It's funded by
my
the
poor
government.
mom had to read that shit on the
God
fucking
damn.
front page of the news.
Well,
that
that's
wasn't a fart, everybody. That was the chair. Swear to God.
Well, dude, it's just crazy that it was so funny. I remember when we talked about it about a year ago when we were first talking about getting you on. Was I remember asking you about it and being like, dude, like, what was this? And you kind of laying down a little bit of the story for me then. And that it's crazy because like we're talking about it on the show, and all I had seen reported was that okay, there was this group of idiots that thought that this was weed and tried
and
to
they
steal a
lumped me
bunch of
in.
it. Yeah.
They lumped me in, said like I was a part of the 6 fucking guys that went up. No, dude, I got a text message fucking 3 hours before we got arrested. Like, hey, we found weed. Come get weed. I'm like, yeah.
Like,
say less. Dude.
all right, here we go.
Oh, dude, everybody fucking makes mistakes. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy. So we've got a couple people in the comments commenting on this. We got Lucas Stannis says I got pulled over for this right after.
Shut up.
Really crazy. Wow.
Explain right back.
Poor Luke. That sucks. He says wasn't even involved. Wrong place, wrong time. LOL.
Fucking
Damn. Yeah, cops, man. That's terrible.
bunch of dicks.
Crazy shit though. Crazy shit. How come we never got a song just detailing the events of this? What's up with that?
I don't know, man. I don't really remember.
That's crazy shit though. It really is. And I'm glad everything got worked out with that though. Honestly.
Dude, yeah, no, I had to hire a fucking lawyer. It shit cost me a few grand,
But you got to do what you got to do, especially.
I'm not going down with no fucking felony.
Yeah.
That won't be the case.
No, absolutely not. Especially the kid coming on the way at the time.
Oh
and
my
stuff. That
God,
would've been
dude! I thought I
not
was
been
gonna
good.
get buried in that field.
God, that's scary.
For like the guy let us sit there and believe he was gonna shoot us in the fucking head for like
he let it
10
sit.
minutes.
He let it sit. He let it simmer.
Dude,
he was
it
like, "You
was,
think about this."
That was a big fucking gun, dude.
I need to call that.
Like, it wasn't like no snub nose 357 revolver, dude. It was like the fucking retarded one from like the cowboy movies.
I'm gonna need to
watch
call
my
that.
language,
I'm gonna need to call that security company and you know maybe hire them for my next gig or something. That's crazy, bro. He was there.
Oh, dude, no, he was on top of that shit, dude. We walked in like 4 feet into the field, and he's like, "Get the fuck on the ground."
Jesus Christ, that's so scary, dude. Honestly,
Absolutely nuts. I'm gonna get flagged for saying the R word now.
I mean, it's it is what I personally don't use it, but people.
Oh, you think you're fucking better?
I do think I'm better. I don't got the glasses. You're Darren 2.0 or 1.5 version. You're the 1.5 version.
I'm the new Zuckerberg.
There we go.
You cannot beat my style.
So it's crazy. We covered we covered your project. We covered the story of you that when you were covered here on the show a while back. Now I want to ask you. Obviously, he's not here, Colin. Who is he's the other half of Bashful Aura. Who I was just talking to him today. Hopefully, we can get him on in the future, and
Apparently
then maybe
he's puking in the turlet, dude.
Yeah, that's not good. That's not fun at all.
Sucks.
But I wanted to ask you this about when it comes to collaborating with someone like that. We've already talked about a little bit about your guys' journey together. As a collaborator or as a person, if you had to, explain Colin to, or maybe what you think about him as a person or a collaborator, what would you have to say about him?
I would have to say that he's got one of the best ears for mixing audio I've ever heard or seen. He's a solid friend.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been there for me. He's like that one guy I can call and talk to about anything. Just all around a solid, good dude. I mean,
how important is it? Do you think? How important is it to have somebody like that? Do you think, as a young adult?
I think everybody, maybe you might find like one, if you're lucky, 2, 3 friends like that in your life. You know what I mean? That are actually like as close knit as like family to you. It's impossible to find people like that. Just the chemistry has to be there. The friendship has to be there. Like, they have to be there for you as much as you are for them. I try to go out of my way for any of my friends anytime I possibly can. And he's one of the only ones that has done the same thing for me. So I can say nothing but good stuff about dude.
That's awesome, man. That's really awesome. And honestly, like, outside looking in and only knowing you guys as much as I do, I can see that between you guys. It seems like you guys are really solid, and it's cool to see and it's cool to hear when I'm listening to the music. I could hear the chemistry between you guys on the songs and whatnot. We've got a couple OMG funded by the government. I'm crying. Says TL hoodlums out here. That's what we got in the comments. So.
Yeah.
I guess,
I was living in Fox Lake at the time, you son of a bitch.
Damn, so you came out to Twin Lakes for it.
Yeah,
Craziness, man. So obviously, we talked about the music. What's that?
I said Fox Lake is worse than Twin Lakes.
Is it really?
Dude,
interesting.
Fox Lake sucks.
I never really go to Fox Lake, so I don't. Other than for the train to get to Chicago sometimes.
Yep, dude,
that's
it. Where I used to go all the time. I live right across the fucking street from that train, dude.
Okay, there you go. So what is it like? What do you see in the near future for Bashful Aura or Ins1ght, whatever? What can people expect to maybe hear musically? When can they expect things? Because we're gonna have Colin on the show here, hopefully next month if he agrees to it.
Yeah, no, I'd like to put a couple of singles out. We're just kind of testing the waters right now, seeing where we want to take the next one. I'm not trying to be all fucking serious all the time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But this was just like a project that was serious and close to me and him as well. But we don't know necessarily exactly what we're gonna do yet. The plan hasn't been set in stone. We're kind of taking like a hiatus, just going through some life experiences before we come back and try to.
You'll have more life to talk about and write about.
Yeah, and that's like the biggest thing. Like, they say that like somebody's first project they put out is like, I mean, you could take the first one day little EP that I put out. I think it's got to be 4.5, 5 years ago now.
Wow,
that I put
crazy,
that out, dude. It's insane, and that might be like some of my favorite work. The engineering behind it was not that good though.
Crazy,
but they say that, like, artists put out their first project, and that sometimes tends to be their best one.
Interesting.
Because they get picked up by a label, and like that first project was 25 years of their life that they had to talk about, and it's like a compilation of just like a whole experience of life crammed into one project. And then they drop another one 1 year later, and it's like, oh, you didn't really.
Yeah, no, I could see where maybe I could see it definitely in certain artists too, where maybe sometimes the relatability escapes them after that first project, because they were broke their whole fucking life, just like all of us were fucking broke, and then that first project is coming from a place of like, I'm a human being, not a famous person, and then maybe the second and third one, they have fame
and ice and that.
yeah, so I could see that.
Bitches and shit.
Yeah.
Dude,
So yeah, see, it's not always for me that way. No, I agree with that to some extent. I do think though too, sometimes maybe they just can't fit everything in their whole 25 years of life on that first project, and maybe there's some stuff is gonna get on that second one and third one, hopefully.
No, dude, you gotta. It took me and Colin 2 years to make this fucking 8-song project.
Crazy.
Like we only fucked with like 8 songs that much that we were like, yeah, that's going on there. Yeah, that's going on there. Yeah, that's going on there.
What's the decision making process on picking one versus one that gets on what is the difference between one that gets
it
cut?
Involves a few twisted T's and scrolling through an iMac for about fucking 6 hours, and then not 100% deciding on that one, and then 2 months later, after you've made a couple of new songs, going and doing that again, and then if you don't like that list, keep making more, come back to it again. I'm sure that's not like a set in stone thing, but this time around it was just like our quality of like the production behind everything had gotten so much better over the course of like 2 years. It was hard to, like, there are songs that we really, really like that we didn't even bother to use because the production quality just wasn't there. And you're never gonna remake a song that you really care about. It's never gonna turn out how you fucking want it to because you're so attached to that other one.
Yeah.
You're never just gonna be able to recreate that, but like better. In your own head, you might not think that because you're so attached to like the aesthetic of.
Well, you've heard it however many fucking 100 times, especially if you're working on a song. That's the thing a lot of people don't understand that maybe don't do music. I fucking listened to a song probably goddamn 20,000 times before you heard the fucking snippet I post on whatever. Like I fucking listened to that a million times before I even decided that was going out. So yeah, I could definitely see where it's like to recreate that would be tough. How do you feel about Taylor Swift then going back and she re-recorded all her albums? Have you heard about? Because she got fucked by her label, right? So her label she signed a real fuck deal because she was real young when she got signed. Like I think she was like fucking 15 or something, 16. So she doesn't own any of her music that came out and like all this. She's like a diamond selling fucking artist, insanely popular. She has been in the process of re-recording her Taylor's versions of her albums,
like her own
so
mix?
she literally the same songs,
like remastered everything.
Yeah, just redone everything herself,
re-recorded
everything,
the whole works.
Yeah, everything. Some of the productions are actually better. Some of them are
in the past. Taylor,
make that money because she owns these ones, and the other ones she doesn't own shit. I think she gets like a small royalty percentage, and these ones she owns. So,
but what is this stuff that she that was like big, or stuff that she just went back to?
No, stuff that was big, like her biggest songs and shit, because she didn't own them. So,
well, I understand that. I mean, like if you're a confident enough artist to like go back and remix your own shit,
like do your thing, right?
Do your thing, man.
No,
like,
yeah.
I have no.
I'm all for
nothing bad to say about that. I haven't heard it.
Yeah,
so
I don't personally listen to a ton of Taylor Swift myself, but I do fuck with Taylor Swift. She's got some really good shit.
Oh, she's an incredibly talented person.
Incredibly talented, and I'm happy for her that she owns everything now, or that she is in the process of owning everything, because that's awesome. But no, yeah, it's crazy. We've got man is interviewing himself here. Whiskey Man says in the comics.
What does that mean?
He said in that we look alike, and then he says White Lil John.
Little did you know, he's just got 2 cameras. He's swapping the feed between the 2 of them. And there's a mirror right here.
Yeah, it's just I'm just putting shades on every time.
Keeps fucking changing his clothes.
Darren from the future, so true about registering, man. What a chore. Yeah. Crazy shit. we're here. We're almost to that. We're what, like 45 minutes. Is there anything that we didn't get to that we need to get to that is a pressing matter? And you have any questions for me? Because obviously we haven't. It's been back and forth us trying to finally get this done. Do you have any questions for me
How'd
while
you
you're
get
on the
that
show?
fucking hair? Where'd you take it from there, fuckface?
Dude, this is just fucking.
Did you come in here and cut my hair
this-
like 2 years ago? And
that's-
put it on your head.
That maybe this is me just not cutting it for 2 years. That's all
This
it
is
is.
the Donald Trump of insights over here.
Is it?
with the hair
Crazy shit. Yeah, no, this is it. We got Taylor Swift reprogrammed. Yeah. What is it?
Yo, what up with that Britney Spears shit? You seen all that shit?
Yeah, she's
From like I think last year there was a bunch of crazy shit about that.
She's
like
free
people
now.
saying she's like cloned and shit. She's free now?
Yeah, so she was in a conservatorship with her father. Basically, she had a bunch of mental health issues back like maybe 10 or so years ago. I don't remember exactly. And I guess she had to agree to it in some way, but she agreed to because she was not like mentally stable enough to control her career and like her money and finances and shit. So her dad agreed. They agreed to this like conservatorship where he basically oversaw all of that for her, all her money, her performance. Like decide. He was basically like him and her managers basically controlled her life. And now I guess she is like in a place where she is no longer on like using like hard drugs like that and was mentally sane and all these things. And like she could not. I guess she was it got to the point so bad where like if she didn't want to do a show because like it's her life and she doesn't want to fucking do a show, and I guess she was having like some like cramps or something, and she wants to have kids with her boyfriend, and literally they were allowed to say like force her not to have kids.
That's wild.
Not allow her to see her boyfriend.
Yeah, because I heard it like they literally just took control over like
Yes.
she belonged to somebody.
Yes,
At some point,
basically.
like a fucking dog, dude. That just I heard a lot of weird shit about that. Just,
Basically, and the fucked up thing about I guess a conservatorship, or at least in this case, is like she had to take him to court to prove that she's okay, because he has to still like he owns like if I sell you something, right, you own that thing now. Like it's legally binding. We had a verbal contract that I'm like, yo, if you give me this amount of money, you get this thing.
Right.
You own that thing. I can't just be like, oh, I want that thing back. You have to give me that thing back. So that's what was happening. Is like as fucked up as it was, he
that's
didn't.
So wild to me.
And that's what. So the law was pretty fucked. And I think this was happening in California where they couldn't get in court. I guess they couldn't get her dad to basically give her back her life.
Yeah,
He didn't want to. I guess he got forced
like,
into it.
He got all power hungry over that shit.
Yeah.
That's
Which is fucking crazy.
you
That's your
imagine?
daughter.
Could you
That's your
fucking
daughter.
Imagine that, dude.
That's fucking nuts, dude.
Like
I couldn't.
They took her kids and shit, dude. Fuck.
Dude, here's the thing. I couldn't do that to a person at all.
No.
Granted, my fucking kid, dude. Like my own kid. Like I'm doing. Like that's insane to me. So I'm happy that
boy.
she's good. Hopefully,
No, that's good. That's
hopefully
good.
she has a long and healthy life. Outside of that, but
I don't want to
crazy
end on
shit.
that note. What the fuck?
no, it's not so fun. Not so much fun. What's
Yeah.
something you want the people at Detox? If there was one thing that you want them to get out of this talk,
I want all
or
of you guys to know that like you can literally do anything that you put your mind to. Don't let anybody ever get in your head and bring you down, bully you. I know as a child, like as a kid growing up, I was not the greatest guy, if there's anybody listening to this that I owe an apology to, please feel free to hit me up and let me know. Talk to me. A lot of things change over the years, and if there's anything I really want anybody to take from this, it's that, go listen to the album. You can really just set your mind to something and find happiness in life. Like, there's no real hold on, let me think about this for a second. You caught me off guard.
that's good. That's good. That's a good question.
Fucking A, man.
There's no real. I feel like what you were
I
getting to is
have
there's
I
not
have
a real.
lot that I wanna say on this. It's just fucking hard.
It's escaping you right now.
Oh yeah.
There's not a real. I mean, from what I was sounding like you were saying is that there's not a real, determined right or wrong, and you can make mistakes, and you doesn't mean because you did something in the past and you might have fucked up or you did somebody wrong, it doesn't mean that you are that mistake. Right. You are not your thoughts. You are not the actions you've done. You're an accumulation of all those things. And you 5 years ago, you've done a whole lot of shit in 5 years. So that accumulation is a totally different person. you know. And I think that's something, I think, from talking to you and from only knowing you loosely and reporting on a story of you, I can see all the growth, and I can hear it in the music. And I hope people heard that here today, and I hope you know, people go check out the album Bashful Aura. That's BASHFULAURA.
Yeah.
Music made at midnight. You can check it out. We're gonna have your partner in crime on hopefully next month.
Fuck yeah, dog.
But anything else you want to say before we wrap today?
Yeah, basically, like, dude, people fucking make mistakes. People move forward. You don't let your past define you. Just try to do better, man. Try to do better every day, and that's all that this whole project is about. Is just don't let your bullshit hold you down. Don't let anybody tell you you're incapable of doing anything. Just be happy. Find joy in the small things in life, and just move forward, man.
Yeah, it's a great message. I mean, we got people showing love in the comments for it as well. I really appreciate you being here, Parker. Ins1ght.
I appreciate you having me,
I appreciate you coming on the show. We finally got it worked out. Like I said, we're gonna have your partner on here shortly. But I also want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in live, and those listening or watching days after, whether you're here on YouTube or over on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, either or. I want to say thank you to you guys. Also, shout out to our patrons. They should be up on the screen right now. Shout out to you guys for supporting the channel. If you're interested in getting behind the scenes content, extra podcasts, as well as some other bonus videos and a series where I break down how I write and record every single one of my songs, you can go to patreon.com/Darren Rita, and you can join and help support the channel for as little as $1. So if you're interested in doing that, please do consider it. It helps the channel out a ton. Also, shout out to Kenosha Auto Insurance for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. This has been the Dtalks Podcast, episode 131. I will see you guys next week.
I will
Peace.
be calling that insurance number tomorrow.